And I'll tell you something, and I also see what the president is doing in Nigeria. He's right. He's absolutely right.
Right.
Those fanatic Muslims are just massacring Christians. And to the extent that we can help, both by expressing the moral support that I'm doing now, but also if we can give intel, that's part of our mission. We defend ourselves, sure, but in defending ourselves, we also defend our friends, our allies, and most importantly, the Christian communities around the Middle East.
Well, they're being murdered all over the world right now. He is deeply committed to religious liberty in this country and around the world, and you are quite right. This is very personal with him, and he is very committed to it, and we are meeting every month to focus on religious liberty, and the rabbis on the commission speak about this, and the anti-Semitism in America and around the world is a very real threat that has to be dealt with. Do you think that October 7th gave people a sense of moral authority to express their anti-Semitism? It turned up so hockey stick dramatically after October 7th.
Well, because the internet has been flooded by fake propaganda describing Israel as the aggressor instead of the country that's been aggressed upon, saying that, falsely accusing us of genocide, when we have sacrificed our soldiers in taking out terrorist places that we could have just carpet bombed, and we didn't. We do everything in our power to keep civilians out of harm's way, and Hamas did everything in their power to keep them in harm's way. They shoot people. When we tell Palestinian civilians, please get out of this neighborhood because we're coming in, Hamas shoots them if they want to come out. But they're not only targeting us, and they not only chant death to America, death to Israel, death to America, they want to get rid of us in order to get rid of you. But they're also going after minorities, and specifically against Christians. Christians throughout the Middle East are being oppressed. They're being driven out. It's something that the only safe place for Christians, where the Christian community is growing and thriving, is in Israel. They've been kicked out of Turkey. They've been oppressed in Syria, in Lebanon, in the areas that we handed over to the Palestinians some 30 years ago. We were controlling Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus. At that time, the overwhelming majority of the Arabs living in Bethlehem were Christian Arabs, over 80%. Now, after 30 years, they're down to 20% because they're oppressed, and so they leave. But that's not what's happening in Israel itself. In Israel itself, they're growing, they're thriving. They serve in the army. Christian Arabs serve in the army, very brave soldiers, because they know that Israel is fighting not only our battle, but their battle. And I'll tell you something, and I also see what the president is doing in Nigeria. He's right. He's absolutely right. Those fanatic Muslims are just massacring Christians. And to the extent that we can help, both by expressing the moral support that I'm doing now, but also if we can give intel, that's part of our mission. We defend ourselves, sure, but in defending ourselves, we also defend our friends, our allies, and most importantly, the Christian communities around the Middle East.
Well, they're being murdered all over the world right now. We're talking about 200,000-300,000 around the globe. And I have to tell you, Prime Minister, I've tried to be empathetic and put myself in your shoes and say, if I was sitting quietly thinking about this, how I would balance the security of Israel with the humanitarian concerns of the Palestinians, because I know you have to weigh, how do I keep Israel secure, but also be concerned about the loss of life in Gaza, the Palestinian loss of life. How do you work through that? How do you balance that? Because there has been substantial loss of life in the Gaza Strip. There's no avoiding it.